Hey, what's going on, guys? Ace Boss here, and I'm here to talk about E3. More specifically, Smash Bros. Now, if you don't already know, E3 is around the corner. And by around the corner, I mean that it's already starting. EA opened up today, which is Saturday, June 10th of 2017. They opened up, did their EA stuff. But the topic of discussion for me today is Smash Brothers for the Switch. Now, is it going to be a port or is it going to be a brand new Smash Brothers, Smash 5? Honestly, I'm thinking that it's going to be a port. Flat out saying that it's going to be a port. Because recently there was an article on Nintendo Life that I'll leave a link to in the description below, talking about Smash Brothers being one of the games listed on Best Buy's roster. Just hit my mic. But anyways, they put Smash Brothers in one of the listings to be revealed at E3, but they goofed it up. And, you know, they revealed too much. They showed too much. Now we know that there's going to be a Smash Brothers for the Switch for sure at E3. I pretty much guarantee that it's going to be the port, because a new game this early in development, like, no, it won't happen. I don't see it happening. It's never going to happen. Doubt it. And if I'm wrong, I will slap my ass on camera. Maybe. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. Because it is a port, I think it's going to release this year. A lot of games have been releasing this year that are ports. Mario Kart Deluxe and Pokken Tournament is set to release this September. And I'm guessing, I'm hoping, I'm praying that that's exactly what's going to happen with Smash Bros. That we're going to have some extra features, some extra characters, extra modes. It needs to happen. Sakurai, make it happen. Anyways, a lot of fighting games though. This is where I get worried. This is where my initial worries before that little blunder that Best Buy had. There's a lot of fighting games coming out this year. We got ARMS and we got Pokken, obviously. God, idiot. We have Pokken and ARMS coming out this year. Now, a lot of people are worried that there's going to be too much, it's going to be a huge saturation of fighting games this year. And having Smash Brothers in there would just decimate the competition in terms of sales. As in, ARMS wouldn't sell well because Smash Brothers, everybody's just going to be waiting for Smash Bros. You know? But the thing is that ARMS is actually coming out fairly soon. As in, what, 7 days from now? Yeah, I think it's coming out 7 days from now. On the 17th of June. So, that's coming out real soon. So initial sales will probably be good. But I'm getting off track here. The point of this video is to announce my top 10 characters for the Smash port or otherwise. Probably going to be the port though. Just remember that these are going to be my personal preferences. Like, they're nobody else's, they're mine. These are my top picks. And I also want to emphasize that these characters are not set in any particular order. They're just set however, just completely random, just saying I just wrote them down, the first ones that I thought of, from 10 to first. So, you know, first isn't better than 10 and 10 isn't better than first. I also want to state that I chose characters that were the most plausible to join the roster. Okay, so sorry, Goku. Anyways, moving on with my number 10 pick, Banjo-Kazooie. A lot of people know who Banjo-Kazooie is. These pair are very well known and very well loved in the community, in the gaming community in general. Now, Duck Hunt, I know is similar, I get it, but you know, Sakurai can sprinkle on a little bit of his magic, make something happen. It's gonna be, he can make them as unique as Duck Hunt Duo. They have a lot of similar characteristics, but I mean, the moveset is gonna be completely different. It has to be completely different. There's gonna be some similarities, yes, but their uniqueness can still prevail. That's very cringy of me to say. But anyways, you know, I was thinking about the moveset for, you know, Banjo-Kazooie, and I was thinking more like in the character Duck Hunt Duo, what they do is that they attack more with the duck. You know, the duck is doing most of the attacks, and the dog is there for mobility and stuff. But I was thinking more for Banjo. Banjo could be the one punching instead of Kazooie. Kazooie can be there for the support role instead of the other way around that they have it for Duck Hunt Duo, where the duck does a lot of the same damage, most of the damage at least. Also, Banjo and Kazooie have tons of transformations. You know, as we've seen. You know, who wouldn't want to see a washing machine fight against Cloud? But anyways, I get it. Banjo might not be able to make it because of licensing issues with Microsoft, but Microsoft says they're cool with it because Phil Spencer from Microsoft is actually a very chill guy, and he's down with the cross plays and the whatnots and the who's its. Plus, if Banjo can't make it because of these issues, then my number 9 pick shouldn't really have those issues. My number 9 pick is Yooka-Laylee. Not exactly another rare character, and I don't mean rare as in, you know, rarity, but I mean rare as in the company Rare that Microsoft owns now. Now, Yooka-Laylee was created by people from that Rare team that created Donkey Kong for the 64 and Banjo-Kazooie and many other games like Conker's Bad Fur Day. Now, this company named Playtonic is a culmination of many people from that studio, from that Rare studio, the original one, creating those old games. And they banded together and got on Kickstarter and said, we're gonna make a game that is a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. And I was down for that. I immediately put down my euros and gave them money, and I'm still waiting on my Switch version of Yooka-Laylee. So please, Playtonic, hurry with the But anyways, I haven't played the game a lot. Actually, I haven't played the game at all because it hasn't come. But point is, I've seen enough footage to determine my excitement for these characters. I'll be really excited to see what kind of movesets Sakurai would put on them, because they have various power-ups and stuff like that I've seen footage, plenty of footage of, countless hours of footage that I can't wait to play myself. Okay, I want to see what Daddy Sakurai would do with those characters. Like, I know, I get it, there's gonna be some similarities again with Duck Hunt Duo, but it's gonna be different still. It has to be different. I mean, I get it, you know, Smash Bros isn't guilty of having copycats or dittos on the roster, right? Right? You know, Yooka-Laylee kind of reminds, it's like a combination of like Yoshi and Falco. Almost. Kinda. And I mean that like in Yuka being like a tongue swallowing lizard and Laylee being an acrobatic bat. But again, similarities are gonna arise, I get it. Any duo like Duck Hunt are gonna suffer from that, okay? But again, it would be fantastic for the current roster to include somebody, a pair like Yooka-Laylee. It would actually be really good for them so they can break that indie ice, you know, and bring some indie characters into the game, because we need some indie characters in there. Because a lot of indie games have been coming out and they're very popular now. I don't know if that still makes them indie. If you don't like Yooka-Laylee, maybe you'll dig this next indie character. Suck at these. Now my number 8 pick is Shovel Knight. Probably the most kookiest character Shovel Knight brings with him, a new style of fighting with the shovel. Now Shovel Knight is actually really unique and really cool because with him he brings a lot of, you know, unique styles of fighting that aren't really seen in the game. Like, yeah, we have swords, we have hammers, we have beams of lightning and stuff like that, you know, but we don't have nearly enough variety like shovels. I mean, just think about the possibilities that you can, you know, the weapon, the mechanics, the attacks that you can pull off with a shovel. They're gonna be very different than with a sword and a mallet and stuff like that. So I can see a lot of different things happening with Shovel Knight, you know. He's actually one of the most requested, like the most requested ones on the Smash ballot. So we were close, guys. Maybe this time Daddy Sakurai will put him in there. Gotta stop hitting my mic. And again, he's also one of the bulkier characters, you know. He's one of the heftier characters that we don't really see a lot of representation for in this game. Now, moving on to my number 7 pick, Sora from the Kingdom Hearts franchise. A character most known for being in a game with the most convoluted story you could ever imagine. Or actually not imagine, because it's that convoluted. People are very confused of the story, what the hell's happening there. I mean, but I like it. I like anyways, is there anything I have to say about Sora? I mean, it's Sora. He meets all the requirements to be in Smash Brothers. Now, it would be messed up to see Sora in Smash Brothers before Kingdom Hearts 3 releases. That would be a sad day for gamers, I swear. What they could do is wait for Smash 5 and then release Kingdom Hearts 3 simultaneously with Smash 5. Oh god, don't do that. Oh, and then we're gonna have to wait for Kingdom Hearts for a longer time. Never mind. Don't share this video to Square Enix, guys. Anyways, moving on to my number 6. It's Fiora from the Xenoblade Chronicles Xenoblade Chronicles game. You may be wondering, who the hell is Fiora? And that's a good question. I didn't know who Shulk was before Smash Brothers. And when I found out about Shulk and what kind of game he's in, I decided to give it a shot. And guess what? I loved it. I fell in love with Xenoblade Chronicles, and I bought the deluxe edition for Xenoblade Chronicles X. Alright? And I don't regret it at all. I love the Xenoblade Chronicles X series now, or Xenoblade Chronicles in general. Okay? I love it now. The story was phenomenal. Can't speak great enough for that game, dude. Hopefully that one gets a port too, by the way. Fiora from Xenoblade Chronicles. I think there's not enough representation from that game, even though there's a really good following for Xenoblade. You know, a lot of people in the Xenoblade community agree with me that Fiora needs to be in this game. Shulk is awesome. He's a more unique sword wielder, but Fiora got them dual blades, dog. And she don't play that Monado crap. Alright? Just kidding. I like Shulk. I would actually really prefer her to have her mechanized body, you know, because, you know, she's probably a lot more dynamic in that one. It would make sense to put her in because she's already made a cameo in another game, in that Project Cross Zone 2 game. The one with all those Capcom characters and like a mix of other companies' characters and stuff. And she could have a really diverse and different moveset compared to like the other characters of Smash. She's kind of like a cross, in my head, she's like a cross between Pit and who else? Dark Pit. But anyways, moving on to my number 5 pick. My number 5 is going to be any character from the ARMS game. Now, I know ARMS hasn't exactly released yet. I already spoke about it a little bit earlier. ARMS hasn't released. It's gonna release in 7 days or so. And like, who the hell am I to say that any character from ARMS should be in Smash Brothers? I know, it's dumb. But it's not dumb because I tried the Test Punch and the Test Punch was amazing. I love ARMS and I haven't even got my hands on the full game yet. So ARMS, in my book, is already, you know, a great game. Just for playing the multiplayer alone. Now, ARMS is actually it's a wonderful addition to the Nintendo family. Any ARMS character would work, but I mean, my preference would be Twintelle for reasons. That's all you gotta know. Now, ARMS is really one of the games that the Switch really stands out in. You can really see the motion controls shine in that game. And although the moves there are very limited in the characters to just punching, grabbing, and blocking, you know, I guess I can see there's not a whole lot that Sakurai could do at the moment, but you know, he's been very creative before with other characters and just making up bullshit for their movesets. But go ahead, Sakurai, have at it. But I want to see that. I want to see another boxing type character that has extendable arms. I mean, it'll just be like a noodle arm Little Mac or something, which I'd be down to see. That's really cool, I'll be honest with you. What he could also do is, for different attacks, he can have different arms use those different attacks, as in special moves and other stuff. Special moves and smash attacks just have different arms, have different effects. That would work perfectly. There's my idea, Sakurai. Take it, and put it into the game. Moving on to my number 4 pick is Monster Hunters. That's right, guys. I want to see the Monster Hunter hunters, the hunters of Monster Hunter, fight in Smash Brothers. Now, Sakurai was really sneaky, and he was like, "Nah, son, I'm not putting none of those people in my game. I'm just gonna put their costumes and laugh in your face." It's fucked up, Sakurai. But this time, I want to see the hunter in the game, like for real. I don't want to see costumes. I want to see the hunter. For a long time, I've been wanting this. For a very long time, since I became a fan of Monster Hunter, I've been wanting this so badly. You guys have no idea. In recent years, Monster Hunter has become a little more dynamic in their fighting, in their action-oriented gameplay style. That actually fits Smash Brothers perfectly. The movesets will not be more like, it'll be easier to come up with movesets with a game like Monster Hunter that it is today. The way that it is today, it'll be easier to make those movesets. This gives Sakurai more to work with, you know. He'll have more breathing room when it comes to making up some moves for the hunters in Smash Bros. And how cool would it be to have in every alt color to have a different costume from different Monster Hunter sets, like the Rathalos and the Xenogra and other monsters that I can't think, Brachydios, Moran, whatever, the big ass monster. Holy crap, I want to see those alternate costumes, like for male and female. Oh damn, that would be sick. Oh, I want to see it. I'm more hyped about it now. The way I see it is like, why didn't he put Monster Hunter Hunters into the game already? Monster Hunter in Japan is actually so huge. It's like the Call of Duty of Japan. I mean, I get he put the costumes in, but like, I wanted to see the hunters. Like, put them in for real. If you can put Ryu in, you can put the Monster Hunter Hunters in there. Okay? Now, moving on. Number 3. Prince Noctis from Final Fantasy 15. Now, Sakurai. Daddy Sakurai was able to pull off the greatest magic trick in gaming history, and that is putting Cloud in a fighting game that wasn't Dissidia, which I'm really hyped about as well. Check it out. Check out my Twitter. Shameless plug in there for my Twitter account that you can find in the description, by the way. Anyways, it's arguable to say that Final Fantasy VII is the best game, is the best Final Fantasy game, I should say, in the history. It's arguable. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying that you can argue that it is the best Final Fantasy because it's one of the most well-known ones, you know? Cloud, most iconic Final Fantasy character that there ever is or will be, probably. And why is Final Fantasy VII so popular? Because it changed the game. It changed the RPG style that we know today, you know, or that we used to know, because another game actually changed the game again, and that was Final Fantasy 15, one of the biggest titles of 2016, one of the biggest titles, most anticipated games. We've been waiting 10 years plus for this damn game. I combined damn and game, and I said dang. What the hell's wrong with me? One of the most anticipated titles was Final Fantasy 15, and for good reason. The game was phenomenal. I have an entire live stream of it, like the story in its entirety, without the DLC and stuff. The story in its entirety, I have live stream gameplays on my channel. Check those out if you haven't already. But the game was so much fun. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I can say that the game, toward the end, it felt unfinished, but that's not the point. Anyways, I want Prince Noctis in this game. Prince Noctis, was the star of Final Fantasy 15, and he needs to be in Smash Brothers because Cloud's in Smash Brothers. And if not Noctis, I want to see a villain like Sephiroth, or a different iconic villain like Kefka the Clown, or somebody. Like, another Final Fantasy character would do fine. Gladios, I want to see Gladios. If you can't put Noctis, because Gladios is actually way cooler than Noctis. Now enough of my ranting about Final Fantasy 15 and whatnot, and let's move on to number 2. My number 2 pick is King K Rool, guys. I know, everybody wants King K Rool. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I want King K Rool in there too. In Smash Bros, the heavy characters, which I'm actually a really big fan of, Ganondorf, Charizard, DDD, all of them, I'm a fan of them, and Bowser. And they're just not represented enough, and King K Rool is just perfect. He's a perfect addition. He's a rare character owned by Nintendo. They don't have a problem. They wouldn't have a problem putting him in the roster, you know? And again, he'll be very unique in his game style, in his fighting style, because there's not going to be a lot of other characters like him, or there is no character like him. You know, he's going to use a variety of gadgets and weapons, you know, because we've seen him use a variety of gadgets and weapons in the main games. So having King K Rool, a heavy character, filling, you know, from an original video game, from a rare game, from the Donkey Kong series, it would just be perfect. Also, we don't get enough representation of the villains in Smash Brothers. We need more villains. King K Rool he just, you know, fill in all them holes. We've seen King K Rool in barrels and other weapons. You know, he'll be like a cross between Donkey Kong, DDD, and Diddy Kong. Oh, and Villager. He'll be a cross between 4 characters. I want to see that. He would also be one of the most goofiest characters. I mean, have you seen his facial expression? It's crazy. It's insane. His eyes always popping out. Fucking nuts. That fits. That goes up Smash Brothers alley right there. Now for my number 1 pick, Chrono from Chrono Trigger. I know, having another square character in my top pick for this game. You're stupid. I hate you. Go kill yourself, Ace. Because we don't need another square character. We already got Cloud. Be happy. I am happy. I'm happy that we got Cloud, dude. I'm excited. He was the dream character for me, you know. But I want more. If you have ever played Chrono Trigger, you will know exactly what I mean when I say, damn, this game is good. I mean, the game is still, even till this day, still regarded one of the best video games of all time. If you haven't played Chrono Trigger, I don't know what you're doing. Stop the video right now and get an emulator or something and start playing that game on either mobile or on PC. Or if you have the original system that it came out for, what was it, PlayStation? I don't know. It was something. But you need to play it. Alright, you need to play it. Chrono Trigger is a game that everybody should enjoy if you love RPGs. If you love RPGs, you're gonna love this game. I'm telling you, it changed the game. It changed the RPG game forever. Now, this game hasn't received a lot of love since '95 when it released, and until recently when it released on the DS not too long ago, late 2000s. But anyways, I know that, you know, he's another sword fighter, and, you know, people are just sick of having a lot of sword fighters, but I don't give a shit. I want to see Chrono in there whooping ass with his other buddies in there, you know, because he fights alongside other unique characters like Frog, dude. All right, he's another sword wielder, by the way, and I would like to see like Sakurai put his moveset, like, because he in the game he relies heavily on, you know, team tactics and a combination of moves together with other characters. And I want to see that in his fighting style. You know, just like, you know, a jab. Chrono's jab could be just like he slices one time, and then his second jab is going to be, you know, Frog coming out, like leaping from behind him and like doing another slice as another jab. Even though it's a sword, I get it, but it doesn't make sense. But I want to see Chronos in there. So that's it for my top 10 list, guys. Now there are some other characters I wanted to see, I wanted to make in this list, but the video would just be like 10 hours long. I don't know, it'll be really long, longer than it is now. You know, other characters like Squidlings from Splatoon, Master Chief from Halo. Of course, he's a legend in the gaming community. He has to be in Smash Brothers. Rayman, Lloyd, Bomberman, Alucard, or Simon Belmont from the Castlevania franchise. You know, or Zero from Mega Man. I want to see Zero come in. Now, there's a lot of characters that I want to see in this game, the Smash Brothers game, and they're they're perfectly eligible to be in this game. And honestly, when I was making this list, sort of, I was actually thinking in a matter of importance, like who else is iconic in the gaming industry, you know? And Bomberman is actually very iconic, so maybe he should have been in the list, but it doesn't matter. This is my list, I made it, and I'm sticking to it. Of course, I do want to see anime characters in there, you know. Of course, I want to see Goku in there and Ichigo and stuff. But Smash Brothers is a game to celebrate the culture of gaming and gaming history, you know. Not anime, unfortunately, but maybe soon, maybe one day, maybe we can dream. We can dream. Until then, we're just gonna have to play Super Smash Flash 2 beta. But those are my top 10 characters, guys, for the Smash port, or Smash port DX, whatever you want to call it, or Smash Brothers 5, whatever. I just want to see at least one of these characters in Smash Bros, and they have to be in there. I am feeling like it's safe to say, though, that Smash Brothers 4 DX or Deluxe is gonna come to the Switch, you know, considering Pokken and Mario Kart have gotten their own deluxe versions for the Switch. And honestly, I would not mind. I love Smash 4. Smash Brothers 4, it runs deep in these veins. Anyways, guys, what characters do you want to see in the next Smash Brothers port or otherwise? Now, also, do you want to see a port with extra features and stuff, or do you want to see a brand new game? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you're new here, then consider joining the Hyperion Army by hitting that subscribe button, where, you know, I occasionally do videos like this, and maybe they'll occasionally appear in your sub box if YouTube doesn't screw up. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will talk to you next week, maybe earlier for a stream, but definitely next week to talk about, you know, what's going on in E3, because E3 already started today. Thank you for joining, thank you for listening, and have a nice day. I'll see you guys. Bye, guys.